Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading, which covers the first half of the month, specifically July 1st to July 15th, 2022. This is a general reading meant for those with Sagittarius in their birth chart. However, cross watchers, you are also welcome. Take into consideration that the roles of the individuals may be swapped and the intensity of the energies may vary. Feel free to take with you whatever resonates and leave behind for others whatever does not. To get more information about what lies ahead, check out each of your readings for your sun, moon, and rising signs. So here, first we see what your intuition has been trying to tell you. You have this card of memories, and you have the Seven of Swords. Here we explore how that message influences you in the first half of July. You have Otter Spirit, you are never alone, and you have Temperance. And then we find out how you can heighten your senses as you enter the second half of July. It says Spider Woman, Universal Connection, and the Empress. The Nine of Swords is your perspective as you enter the first part of the month. Nine of Cups is what surrounds you. King of Swords is the motivator, and Page of Cups is the outcome. So with Seven of Swords, this is kind of it's typically a card of liar, stealer, cheater. It can be a card of imposter syndrome, with memories being the message that your intuition is trying to convey to you. It is kind of indicating that your intuition is letting you know about perhaps those that may have not been fully truthful, had hidden some things from you, perhaps had things that you thought you were paying attention to but didn't notice. Let's take a look at the Seven of Swords. You have Princess of Cups or Page of Cups, and it says dreams on the card, which is the outcome here. So to some degree, it's almost as if this memory is letting you know that there once was a time where you were more, had an open heart and open mind and really embraced new experiences with a sense of looking at the possibilities and being like hopeful. In a way, it could be seen as like naive, but whatever the Seven of Swords situation is for you, it's as if it really kind of changed or impacted how you kind of see other people, see the world. This kind of sense of wonder may have been, damaged to some degree. Here, this message, it impacts or influences the first half of your month in letting you know that you are never alone. With Temperance, this is an angel. This is kind of indicating that you are kind of surrounded by spirit, that you can find a sense of balance. And ultimately, this is your major arcana card. So it is kind of a really a reminder that you may not really, I guess even when you are physically alone, you're not really alone, in that you do have a spirit watching over you. And that basically there are subtle things that when we interact with people indicate a sense of care and compassion that we might overlook or we might take for granted. When like a friend or a parent says, drive carefully, and it's like, oh, okay, or whatever, that's fine. Actually recognizing that is an indication of care, actual wanting to make sure that you are safe on your journey. That's just kind of an example of it. But here, with the Temperance card, it's a sense of peace and balance, and almost, needing to balance your conscious mind and the unconscious mind, and taking things from the past, mixing it with the present to create the future that you want for yourself. I kind of think of this card as your card, opportunity to create your heaven on earth, to create the material world that you want to live in. And kind of recognizing that, you do deserve to live in a world where you can have a sense of wonder and imagination, and think of all the, limitless possibilities, having an abundant mindset, and not letting certain things in the past, kind of take away that joy. And here with this universal connection in the Empress card, which is a card of creation, imagination, nurturing, cares, love of self, love of those around you, and really just being, a source of connection, and being, healthy in your mind, body, spirit, and heart, and like, connecting and creating. So it seems like there is a transition that is going to take place. So let's take a look at the Temperance card. You have Six of Cups, innocence. So definitely, this concept of dreams, looking at the world through the eyes of a child, those things are kind of themes here. And then you have Nine of Swords, which is over here, and it says fear on the card. So to some degree, it's kind of a back and forth of allowing yourself to hope, to dream. It kind of a sense of innocence, and almost being naive in, I guess, letting down your guard. But there's a fear of really allowing yourself to be connected and have certain feelings and certain sensations, that this anxiety, this worry is somehow protecting you from, even though even though it might not be a need to protect yourself in this way. So let's take a look at the Nine of Swords here. You have King of Discs power. So to some degree, it does kind of indicate that your fear or your anxiety has to do with other people having a power over you, or other people having power. It's almost something that's outside of your control. It's not sensing that you are looking for this power or your fear and anxieties because that you don't have this power or security. Because basically it's more nurturing creativity, imagination, and kind of your senses, feeling things. That's what you're looking for. And so it's almost a fear and anxiety of someone just having a power over you to even affect you in this way. So here with the Nine of Cups that is surrounding you, it does kind of indicate that you have love that surrounds you. And here with the Prince of Discs or the Knight of Pentacles, you have this card of reliability. So there is, love and support that you could get. For those of you where the Nine of Swords is something that impacts your ability to enjoy life, to sleep well, affects and impacts your health, then definitely talk to a qualified medical professional, qualified health practitioner. Here in the King of Swords, in the motivator, this could be also like that type of expert that can help, counsel you and put things into perspective. This also could be, you wanting to really protect yourself. So let's take a look at the King of Swords here. You have King of Swords, authority. So it's both. It's a sense of you are trying to protect yourself. Excuse me. You do want to protect yourself. You don't want to be taken for a fool. You don't want to let untrustworthy people into your life. So it may be that you have a lot of stiff boundaries, kind of like cut and dry rules going on right now. But it's also a sense of, possibly needing to talk to someone who is an expert of thought process and communications, to help you to kind of figure out certain ways of self-talk and processing fears, anxiety, problem solving. So here, the Page of Cups is the outcome. Let's take a look at that. You have Ace of Discs, and it says wealth, but that can also be health. So definitely, there is a path for you to kind of regain this sense of wonder and experience new opportunities, new sense of self-value, create things in the material world. This is something that is the outcome, but it does look like there is the Nine of Swords to kind of deal with, and being a bit guarded and rigid. So I'm going to pull an oracle card here to see which crystal can really give you some energy to work through the first part of July. You have watermelon tourmaline. My heart is open to giving and receiving love. I transform the world around me by focusing on divine love. Open your heart to love. Feel unconditional love and support. Bridge the spiritual connection between heaven and earth. Increase romance. So here it's definitely, you've got this concept of love and heart, and I'm noticing how this otter spirit is even in the shape of a heart. And then you've got the Empress who's got this heart here. So basically, this is what I have for you. I'm hoping that this provides a helpful perspective for the beginning of your month, and we'll see you next time. Take care.